So, guys, you may or may not have heard that the Nigerian army has done again what they know how best to do. You all know what the protesters for this end bad governance protests have been going through at the hands of security agents. But that which happened yesterday was something alarming. Guess what? These people, the Nigerian military, spied a young boy, a 16-year-old boy. His life was ended at the hands of the military. So I'm going to be sharing with you the video where all this was analyzed. This happened in Kaduna, Zaria to be precise, and so many people have been voicing out. Sometimes you tend to wonder the kind of people we have in the military. Are they even trained? No doubt, sometimes people keep saying, oh, it is Boko Haram people that have been, recruited into the army, because the action of this military man shows that possibly he has not really undergone proper training, if at all he has had one. I mean, for him to just, you need to listen for yourself. I'm going to share that video so that you hear it directly from the journalist who captured or who interviewed the people, and also an eyewitness who was right there when this thing happened. But one keeps wondering, why are the security agents going hard on protesters? Why are they going hard on protesters? This protest is meant to better the lives of everybody, including those in the military. But you need to see the way they've been malhandling people who are protesting in Nigeria. It now appears protest is a taboo. Protest is a forbidden thing under the rulership of Tinubu, who is one of the well-known protesters, somebody who has led protests against other governments. But now it has got to its time. Protest is now something that should be forbidden. So, guys, the military intentionally went to a house housing people, and the man released his gun, and his trigger released fire. And what happened? That caught the life of a 16-year-old boy, a boy who was inside the house. He wasn't even part of what was happening. He was just coming through the corridor of his house, and the stray fire just, touched him, and that was how his life ended. That's to tell you the kind of people we have in our security agents. I think it's time for them to start thinking of retraining their men. The Nigerian military should really think of how to train their men, because it stands, from all indication, these people are not getting the right kind of training, or their mental state is having a kind of question mark. These are some of the things they should start looking at, because it's affecting the citizens. You can imagine having your child inside your house. That child didn't even go out to do anything. The child was inside, and then his life was just cut short because a military man did not know how to handle the fire that had been given into his hand. So take a look at the moment these journalists explained what
Zaria, where Emmanuel Bagudu has been starting off on a very, very early note, checking out what the city is looking like. Most importantly, going to Kaduna, and then right now he is in Samaru, a place where a protester, and a young lad was killed. 16 years of age we did here, and while he joined us earlier, he said he was going to visit the families. Emmanuel, if you can hear me, I hope you are there currently, and what's the situation and what's it looking like?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. I am right now in Samaru, Zaria, the home of the young man, 16-year-old Ismaila Mohammed. I'm actually surrounded by his relatives. His father is inside, attending to people that are coming to pay condolences, and the story is so pathetic, and everywhere is so moody. They are still mourning the demise of their son who was shot by the the officer of the Nigerian Army. So a lot of eyewitnesses are really interested in giving us an account of what happened, because they actually confirmed to us that contrary to what the Army statement said this morning, that the boys were protesting, the boy wasn't protesting, he was innocently sitting in front of his house, and the bullet just came and met him. They showed me a lot of places where everyone was calm here. There was no protest. They confirmed to me that there was no protest in Samaru at all, that the army were just patrolling, enforcing curfew, and then a small. There wasn't. They even said there wasn't a misunderstanding, that the overzealous, according to them, allegedly overzealous army officer who was trigger freak, just shot the trigger at the home of the boy twice, and then the boy died instantly. So I have a lot of eyewitnesses. Eyewitness number one. Where's the guy? Okay, you're here. He's here. Okay, this gentleman here actually witnessed the shooting. We'll talk to him before going in there to pay our condolences to the father of Ismail Mohammed. But he's going to give us exactly what happened when the shooting started.
Okay.
What's your name again, sir?
My name is Mansour. I was in the market, sitting beside one shop, my friend's shop. We were there at the market, and summer was peacefully, but we heard that what happened around the Zaria metropolitan, and mobsters broke other places, but nothing happened in Samari actually. So we are sitting down, but we heard that there is curfew in Zaria and Kaduna and other places. So we are just sitting down, everybody in his shop, doing everything is going fine. Then this army now came into Samaru. They came to Samaru market, they started chasing people around, that everybody should lock the shop and go back home. So while we are doing so, I was even standing in the front of the shop. One of the army officers came to me that I should lock up my shop so that I should go home. I did that, I locked up the shop. On my way coming home, the guy just passed me. He went straight to a place where we call Kaswandere. He fired a warning shot. He shot on the ground. From there, I now came back home. I stood with my friends and my brothers and what have you. We were just standing there, and we now saw an army close to market. They blocked one guy on motorcycle. They started hitting him. While we are watching, the soldier now turned around. He saw us gathering, watching what is happening. He now comes into the street. From there, he just come inside. He now met one old man that is repairing shoe. He told the man that, Baba, can you park and go home? The man told him, no, I cannot do that because I'm here protecting my business. He now walked up again. He met one man sitting by his house. He now told the man, he told his children to go back inside the house. And he now passed. From there, he cocked his gun. He met some old men also sitting down. He asked them, Baba, please go inside. They said, no, we are at our home. We are not going anywhere. Me and my brothers, we are standing close to my house with some of my friends. He now passed us. He looked at us and shook his head. He just walked straight. Those boys that are just standing there, they are just standing here. When they saw him from afar, they ran away. Two of them entered the house. The remaining entered this house. They locked up the house. In our own eye, we now saw him walk through the door. He just gave two shots to the house, and he now turned. When he saw him turn, we now run and enter our house. When we come.
So, guys, you heard him clearly. He said the military man walked to the house and released two shots inside somebody's house. Tell me if such a military man is in a proper mental state. He went into a house where people has run into for cover. Instead of him to go out, he was asking people to go into their houses, and these people ran into that house. He now went to the door of the house and released two fire into a house where people has run into for cover. I don't think that military man is well, honestly. And I don't think such a person has been trained. You know, people keep saying they are recruiting Boko Haram into the military. And sometimes when you hear things like this, you tend to agree with people who have been saying this, that Boko Haram members, those of them that claim they've repented, they are being recruited into the military. With this kind of thing, you would tend to agree with people like that. Because there is no country in the world where you go and see citizens running for cover, and then you go into the house where they've gone to take cover. You now fire into that house. Can you imagine? And what happened? A boy who was not even part of whatever, now that those bullets caught him, a 16-year-old boy, a promising life. His future was just ended by these military men who do not even understand how to manage civilians. That's why we keep telling this government that, please, the military is not even manning the borders of Nigeria. Okay, look at the Russian flag that they were carrying in places like Kano, Kaduna, and other places. People have come out, even an APC chieftain has come out to say these people are not Nigerians, that many of them are from Niger and all these military government countries. They equally want such things to happen in Nigeria. Okay, how do they come in? People have come out to say Nigeria cannot even handle our borders. We've been passing through this at the hand of Buhari. Now Tinubu is there, a southern president for that matter. When Buhari was doing it, people thought, oh, it was tribal issue. He's just letting his people in. Now that a southern president is there, what is he doing to man the borders of Nigeria? They are not doing anything. It is only the unarmed citizens who are protesting. You need to see what Nigerians have gone through at the hands of our security agents just during this protest that is happening currently, this End Bad Governance protest. Many of them have been manhandled. You keep wondering, why is it that when it comes to unarmed people, these people will have energy? But we have, bad guys in the bush that is what is even causing Nigeria shortage of food currently, because our bushes have been occupied by all these bad guys who will not allow farmers to access their lands, and the military is doing little to nothing in managing the situation. But see, when it comes to civilians, they will just have that power, have that boldness. You went into somebody's house and fired 2 shots, and the person's child was caught by those 2 shots. That's how this family has been bereaved. It's really so worrisome when you look at the way things run in this country. Nothing is properly done. Nothing. People are not well trained. Look at the police, the way they even manage people. Nobody is being trained. They just push people into the street because they feel it's Nigeria. Any kind of person can manage it. Honestly, leadership remains the biggest of our challenges.
Come out. We said that, why would this guy shot to the house? And nothing happened. And these children did nothing to him. They are just standing. When they saw him, they ran away into the house. So now, after 5 minutes, his brother now came from the house crying. Another woman now came out. They now brought him out. Yeah, he wasn't dead then. The injured person. They now brought him out. They dropped him there. After they drove him here, they now saw some soldiers at the market side with their van. They now, and Maru and one other guy, they now rushed the guy, trying to go and meet those soldiers. Before they went there, another 2 soldiers on bike were just passing. They now asked them what happened. They now dropped him. Maru started charging at them. Why would you keep somebody inside house? And this guy, he didn't even step out. He was inside the room. When he heard his brother got into the house, that's when he came out to see what is going on. So that's the time when the guy fired the shot. And the shot was straight, not even up, not even down. He just straight to the door. That's how he fired the gun. So when they went to there, they met the armies now were just stranded. They are confused, they don't know what to do. They started shouting, and the other van now rushed. He nearly hit my brother. My brother ran away and one other person, and the other army from the van get out from the van, and he followed them. He caught the other guy, he started kicking him, trying to shoot him. The guy could not run, he stayed. Then the army fired the gun and he hit his leg. So now we had another story that, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the statement. They are just reacting to the statement.
Nothing is going on.
To the statement, countering the statement by the Nigerian army that says that it was a warning shot. But we just visited the place. We saw the 3 holes of bullets.
Emmanuel, if you can hear me.
So guys, you heard him clearly. The Nigerian army is even lying that what they fired was a warning shot. Warning shot is either you send it up or you bring it down. But it was a straight bullet, like you heard this guy just said. And it ended up catching up with that guy, an innocent guy. He wasn't even part of those who were outside that ran in. His brother ran in with his friends into the house. He was inside the house. He wanted to come and check what was happening. He didn't even come out. He was just still inside the house before this thing happened to him.
Yeah, Emmanuel, I'm sure you can hear me. So far, so good. It's an alleged statement that's been made live on air now that this is what the army did. But I mean, your eyes, your nose, you do have the camera with you. If they can permit you, can you just walk us through? Let's see what that door looks like. If we could find these bullet shots there. to the eyes of everyone who's watching us now?
Yes, this is just the first eyewitness. The second eyewitness is going to take us to see the bullet shot.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So,
Mu kuma muna bakin shago muna abin nan da shi. Look at the first bullet.
okay. So this is the whole of the first bullet.
This is the second one.
This is the second bullet. This one. Yeah, this one. So we also have another one inside on your light. Okay. So the bullet penetrates. This is a line. The line of the bullet. It scratches here. There is a scratch here. View. Shot. You guys can come. Yeah, that's one bullet. This one. And this is the most horrible sight here. Yeah. So it's a very pathetic situation. In fact, one of the most touching stories is the fact that the person that the boy was shot right in front of his elder brother or younger brother. In front of elder brother, because the elder brother was coming just at this spot. So in the process of the elder brother trying to close the door, so the bullet down passed in front and went and met the victim. That was what really happened. The victim was just coming in from here, right inside the house. So these are all family members who are actually bereaved right now. So you want to ask another question to the eyewitness, second eyewitness?
Well, Emmanuel, I think with what you've shown to us, it's a very touchy situation right now. Quite sad, seeing a family losing.
Ya samu a wuya sai harbin da ya yi wani bin shine da ya samu jikin bangon nan fallatsin sai ya samu na shiga gida da gudu.
So, guys, that was actually what happened in Zaria yesterday, how the life of a 16-year-old boy got ended by the Nigerian military man, a Nigerian military man who claimed he was trying to fire warning shots at the citizens. But you heard everything that was said here, and there were indications, evidence that actually he fired straight bullets that went into this man's house and, caught up with his son, who was even indoors. At the end of the day, the guy gave up, because at that moment when this thing happened, the boy was still alive, but maybe because he was not quickly rushed to the hospital, that was how his life got ended. Anyway, there have been a lot of speculations that the father has been compensated, but the father has come out to, he's too quick now. Even if the Nigerian army is going to give the father something, or the government is going to, it won't just be spontaneous, it won't just be immediately. But, there have been a lot of speculation that the father has been compensated. So the father has come out to say, no, he has not got anything from the government, but, they are demanding for justice. Is Nigeria an environment where you expect justice, in cases like this? No. Before you know it, we also heard that the military man has been arrested, but now, it's just for a while. He will still be let go, because we live in a country where people don't pay for their wrongs, where people don't pay for their wrongs. If people do pay for their wrongs in Nigeria, things would have changed long, long ago. Starting from the top. If we can be holding our government responsible, people will come into office and squander money, and you see reasons why you should jail the person. When the next person comes, the person will be cautious, the person will be careful, the person will be very, very careful in managing the resources. But Nigeria is the place where, provided you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, you can equally do anything and do anything and do anything and go away with it. That is the nature of the country we live in.
Yeah, a lot of things, to talk about on that incident, of course. And summarily, the whole thing that is in the minds of the family members and then the people of Samaru community is the fact that they want justice, justice, and justice. Those are those words that they are just saying, justice for their late son, and then, of course, compensation for the family, and then of course, calmness in the Samaru community of Zaria local government area of Kaduna State. So it's just a feeling of remorse, a feeling of sadness, and the family members are not mincing words in what they want from the Nigerian army and, of course, from the government. There was some rumor that just came out on social media that the Nigerian army or the military have compensated the family with the sum of 300,000 naira, which is so malicious. We returned and then spoke to the father of Ismail, who told us that the news is fake and is not real and we should ignore it. And he called on
You see, Nigeria has happened to the reporter. This is Nigeria for you. So it appears he's either that the battery of his hand went off, or NEPA just took light as usual. So, guys, this was really an unfortunate incident that happened in Zaria. And the people are boiling. The people are boiling, demanding for justice. They want justice in a country that does not even operate based on rule of law, in a country where court orders are not obeyed, in a country where you can do anything and go and make away with it. That is where we find ourselves as citizens. So you've seen it. That's how this guy's life got shot. Let me get a photo of the guy whose life was taken away. You see, this promising guy, his life just, got ended by the Nigerian military, who a member of the Nigerian military who came out to say he was firing warning shots, not knowing that he fired it straight into people that ran for cover in a house. That is even the most worrisome part of this story. You came out, you were asking people that there is coffee, people should go into their houses, and these people saw you and ran into a house. And you went to the door of that house straightly, in a horizontal manner. You fired your shot. Guess what? He now caught up with this guy. This guy was not even among those who ran into the house. He was already at home. It was his brother and his friends that ran into the house for cover. So him, who has been at home, now came out to know why people were running into the house. He didn't even come out of his house. He was still in the corridor, the passage of the house, when the bullets caught him and ended up his life. It's such a pathetic story, Nigerians. It's really a pathetic story. That's to tell you the cost of this end bad governance protest. And that is why this protest is an idea whose time has come. People are not going to stop this protest because the government is not taking any measure. It's not doing anything to listen to the demands of the protesters. And that is why this protest is going to continue. It's really sad that this guy, who wasn't even out of his house, was meant to pay this kind of price. So, guys, that's the update for this morning. I felt I should share this story with you, and just for you to get these updates coming from northern Nigeria. And we all know that the North has been serious with this protest, although some of them picked up a Russian flag, and so many people, the government is busy calling it a coup d'etat attempt, a coup d'etat plot. There is a politicians who are sponsoring them. They will still want to go to start pointing accusing fingers. If this had happened maybe in the south or in the southeast, they would have said it's Peter Obi who is organizing the Igbos, to overthrow Tinubu's government. And possibly they may have called for his arrest. So just for you to know that this government, because they are not busy with the things that are supposed to keep them busy, they just keep on, coming up with fabrications that has not helped this country in any way. Instead of them to address the real core reasons for this protest, why people are protesting, they are there, looking for who and who to blame. They've even arrested the teller who was, the one sewing the Russian flag for some people. They saw it as business because there's hunger. You all saw during the election, people were also printing Labour Party flag and other parties. They were selling it. Once you see such opportunity, people will just hop on it. I don't think that guy who was sewing it was actually calling for a coup d'etat, but he saw people were using the flag, and he thought, oh, this could be a very good business opportunity, and he hopped on that and started sewing the flag. But as it stands now, the Nigerian army has been able to arrest some of them. Is it the army or DSS? I can't really say for now. But they've made some arrests, including, getting some of those tellers who were the ones making the Russian flag. But all this boils to follow this issue. They should know that Nigerians are hungry. Cut your cost of governance. Offices that are not relevant to us, like office of the first lady, remove them, scrape them. They are sucking on us. Review your salary, review your allowances, all those newspaper allowances. Hardly see people even reading newspaper physically, and everything is going digital. You open your phone, you will see Punch, you will see Sun, you will see Champions, you see all those newspaper there. You read them page by page. Some of them have subscription that you can pay monthly. So why tell us you have a newspaper allowance, you have tea allowance, you have wardrobe allowance, you have this allowance? These are some of the things Nigerians want to see you do. Bring back oil subsidy, because fuel subsidy. You told us you've removed it. Where is the money you saved after removing fuel subsidy? For the fact that we are not seeing the money and the money cannot do us anything good, bring back the oil subsidy. Had they made this government remove oil subsidy and every month they say, okay, this is the billions that was supposed to have been used for subsidy. Now let's use it to build this big hospital in Abuja or in Lagos or in Port Harcourt or in Kano. And then maybe state by state, we are going to be building, some signature hospitals or build some academic institutions, or do one thing or the other. Maybe empowerment center for the youth, where people can come and learn skills, especially digital skills in today's world. We've seen what is happening in places like India, where their youths are being taught, technology. Today, the world is hiring from India. India was nowhere 10 years ago, but today, India is like the center where people go to hire men and women to do their job for them remotely, especially those of them from the United States, Canada, Australia, all those Western countries, the UK. They hire all these tech guys from India to do their work. Nigeria can learn from that. Where is the power they promised us? They said they were going to give us electricity. They've only ended up increasing electricity tariff for Nigerians without the power they promised. So guys, these are some of the things making Nigerians to really be angry. I hope that this government sees reason to address it. I want to thank you all for joining me. Thank you very much. Please do well to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and also drop your thoughts in the comment section below. You have seen the pathetic story coming from northern Nigeria, Zaria to be precise. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.